gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of the Good Night Podcast. I'm your host, Amer Rez.
Hey.
Today we're trying two cameras.
1, 2, 1, 2.
As we set up, we realized I might need a third one.
Yeah, I think so.
So guys, keep subscribing so we can have a third camera
get
to
this
film us
budget up.
together. Today we're joined with a return guest.
Hey, I'm glad to be back.
Someone I genuinely I want to have him again on the podcast. I genuinely had this thought.
Thank you.
I enjoyed our conversation last
Yeah,
time.
me too. It was
we
fun.
both work so much.
Yeah.
We don't see each other other than for
We're in
this
like
podcast.
two total different
Yeah.
circles,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah. Man, I feel like I'm about to endure an autopsy or something under these
The lighting
lights.
is quite intense. It's as if I'm going to open him up and play with your intestines, which is pretty much a podcast.
We'll do that metaphorically. I
Metaphorically,
think.
of course.
Yeah,
of
for
course.
sure.
And make sure the audio is recording. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Eric, everybody. Erik Intrevado.
Hey, it's me again.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's so you work in advertising, just to remind people.
Yeah,
who haven't
sure,
seen-
yeah.
So you work in advertising. You're an advertising man. You're also a comedian.
Yeah.
On the up and up.
On the up and up, yeah. Doing the producing, doing the stage time, doing the open mics, doing it all. Yeah.
Working hard, which is why I wanted you to be here.
Thank you.
It's so funny. So I went to pee, and I didn't bring my phone, obviously, because I'm using it. But so I went to pee, and I got used to always peeing with my phone
Oh,
in
yeah.
my hand.
Yeah.
I didn't have my phone, but there was a screen for the ad, so I had to touch something just for the pee to come out. So I was playing with that screen while I was pissing. I was like, oh, this is.
I have
this is
a
not
thing
healthy.
where I am a timid tinkler, and I have to actually just block one ear. If there's like people around or something like that, if I block one ear, that's enough to get it to go. It's a very
Interesting.
strange tick. It makes no
You-
sense.
the word you use is timid tinkler.
Yeah, it's from Seinfeld.
Oh, I
think
call myself pee shy.
oh, pee shy. Okay,
Pee-pee shy.
yes, that's the clinical term actually.
That's yes, a medical. Since this is a medical zone. Yeah, I've always peed always in stalls.
Oh
I'm a
yeah,
stalls
no, that's
guy.
the urinals are for the peasants. I am
The
not.
urinals?
I'm
The
not
idea
doing
of
this.
pissing in a urinal. I
I
can't. I need my space.
I need my space. I need my sonic space. I need my physical
Mm-hmm.
space. I need my visual space. I think it should all be private bathrooms with the sinks inside. Even
Oh yeah,
like
It's not a
like
bad
I don't
idea.
even like washing my hands in the public situation. I'll do it because
How do
obviously
you, why? No, washing hands.
it's I don't want to like someone to see the way I look at myself in the mirror. Like it's no that's a
You look at yourself in the mirror.
well yeah you might want to inspect yourself before you go back
Never
out.
look at myself in the mirror.
I tend to avoid it too. I don't want to be caught looking vain.
It's not that I
but
avoid it. It's that why?
you never know. There might be spinach in your
I
teeth.
only look at myself in the mirror after I shave to make sure I didn't miss like a huge.
I'll admit it's mostly to tussle my hair.
Well, yeah,
so.
when I had hair, I tussled.
yeah,
I'm a
there was
tussler.
a time. There was
Baby,
a time.
There's been days where I tussled, but no, now there's no.
No, I believe strongly that there was an opportunity to sort of ban all public washrooms.
Yeah.
And make, like especially during the whole debate.
Debate.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that
Yeah,
debate,
those,
but
LGBTQ people.
But I really feel that having a personal bathroom space is an imperative to for dignity. Like what if someone's got like some mechanical troubles? You know, it'd be good for them to have a sink nearby. You know, like what if a guy shits his pants, right? And then it's like he's going to traipse out to the sink and wet the paper towels or whatever.
I've never shat my pants as an adult. So
You
I don't
haven't
know-
lived. You haven't lived.
I don't know what to do in that situation. Have you? Have you?
Fuck! I can't believe this is gonna be on here. But you know what?
Gabe, get ready.
There was a time where I just couldn't quite make it home in time. There definitely was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you do?
Well, I had to buy a new pair of pants.
Okay, so no, but give me a. Come on, man. You're comedians. You're
oh my God.
storytellers. When, who, what, where, what, everything. Give me the 5 W's.
I think it was one of those situations. Actually, this was when the metro was also down, so that added to the fact that I was already kind of hoping to do it when I got home.
Were you walking? Were you?
I got to the metro, but then once down in the metro, they had stopped.
Okay.
And the time it would have taken to get back out, call an Uber and blah, 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 the metro would have been running again. So I was like, okay, I'll just tough it out.
Okay.
And then you get to a point where if you're holding it too long,
Yeah.
you kind of have to like move with the waves.
yeah.
And it's like, I was doing a good job. Like I was definitely surviving. I can't believe it's going to be online.
Yeah.
And then I get out of my metro, but the walk from my metro to home is another 13 to 15 minutes. So I was definitely power walking. And they say that your body knows when you're close to home, right? Like
There's an internal GPS
there's
in
like
your colon.
yeah. So yeah, basically
So while you were
with half a
walking-
block left, I could feel myself like
There was
not-
just-
yeah, and
it
I
was-
could.
Okay, you got home. At least you got home.
No, I got home. Yeah,
And then you took care of
I
business.
threw out the pants. Yeah.
That is. It happened to me once.
Hey,
I
but
was-
enough
yeah.
about last night. You know what I mean?
I was about to ask because there was an STM strike a couple of weeks ago. Is that when?
Well, luckily I can hide the story because there's literally a strike or something happening all the time in the city. So, but there's that, and just
With the emotions that you must go, like was it shame,
because
relief.
I'm sure I've had close calls in my life.
Yeah.
So it's like you're like, oh no, this is gonna be the one, you know, and then you're like, thank God, like I avoided that one.
Yeah.
But this was like, I was doing so good.
And then that's the only time.
Oh yeah, for
That's
sure,
the only
for sure.
time
That's
that-
the only
okay.
time I'll say on record.
Hey, I'm not gonna say who, but there's a story I'm gonna share with you.
Yeah.
It's a girl.
Well,
It's a girl that I know. She took an Uber to work. She was late for work.
Okay.
And while she was in the Uber, her stomach
no, that's a
started
disaster.
gargling.
Yeah.
In the Uber is stuck in traffic on the highway.
You're on the carry or something. Like,
And she tells the driver, like, hey,
this is it.
I need you to. She's like, she has her lunchbox. She emptied her lunchbox. She put the lunchbox on the ground, and she
Oh my
in
god.
the lunchbox. While like imagine she's in the back seat of a Jetta, just pooping in a lunchbox, and she keeps telling the driver, "Please look, keep your eyes." Like, it's okay. I'm very sorry. This is happening. The guy's like,
How empathetic though. right?
poor guy. Like, I just landed from India.
Imagine she didn't tip still. No, like just the bare minimum, 10% or something.
It's like, here's $2.
No, but you know how
She
like
gave him a 4 stars.
sometimes you forget to tip because they kind of ask you after the fact, and you know after that moment you're probably going into
very
the
hard to-
house.
yeah.
Or,
Oh,
was
that-
she even
but
going home or was she going
She
somewhere
was
else?
going to work.
Oh, there you go.
That means she's like, thank you, and
There
then
you go.
and then she took her lunchbox. I don't know. I didn't ask her what she did with the lunchbox.
Yeah.
But she told me that the driver was very considerate.
Well, we know what she didn't do, which is eat lunch
Yeah,
out of it
that
ever
day-
again.
That day she avoided lunch and seafood probably as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, poop stories are always hilarious. They remind us we're all human.
Yeah, I thought I wasn't until that moment. But
Yeah, oh my god! Oh!
it's like, and again, I've experienced times where you're like, oh, am I gonna make it? 'Cause
Yeah.
very selective about the
Yeah.
bathroom. So
Yeah.
there's times where maybe I made a bad judgment, like,
Yeah.
no, that bathroom's not good enough for
Yeah.
me. It was like literally the last option, you know. So there's been those situations for sure.
I find that a good thing, if I were to look at positively what happened to you, at least you were close home. You didn't have to.
Yeah.
Did you interact with any humans?
Yeah.
You interact with humans?
No.
With poop in your pants?
No.
Because
Hi, mom. No.
Or like you go in your elevator, your neighbor gets in the
Landlord's
elevator
like,
with
I
you.
just need to check the hydrometers
Yeah.
right
Aw.
now.
Your landlord is like, hey, someone's coming.
Yeah, it's like
Someone's
coming
coming
to check out the apartment. No. Or
There's
a
just-
neighbor coming for small talk or
Oh.
something like that. Although I wouldn't put up with that anyways.
You're like,
so.
hey man, hey buddy. Just you say a racial slur and like.
I got.
Sometimes racial slurs have a use. I would say this is a use where you can drop a racial slur just to. You need people to get the hell away. It's like a 4 in golf. 4, everybody. You say a racial slur and people like leave you alone
Yeah, it's like
in your building.
I think they would smell me enough to know to leave me alone.
Oh
in
yeah,
that
there was
case. Like,
I never. Does it? I guess it leaves the underwear.
hey, listen, I'm not an expert on this. Just to be clear, just a one-time anecdote doesn't quantify me as some sort of expert in. I don't have like a strategy for this now.
You know what's you're in your 40s, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Technically, in 30 years, you'll be wearing a diaper.
I think it's sooner than that. They say like incontinence is actually much more common than people actually speak about. So it's
Really?
so you know, there's a reason why the diaper aisle in the pharmacy is huge. Like there's a good section of adult diapers there. Like
That's crazy.
This is inevitable.
So that means there's people walking around
absolutely.
with diapers.
It could be me right now. It could be, and it gets so bad. This is something I learned from experience in work. But it can get so bad that you could actually need a cream that you have to apply because you soak in your own filth so often that it creates like infections and stuff. Yeah. Get some Cavalon, everyone. But
What's the word?
I think it's called Cavalon. It's
Cavalon.
like
Okay,
yeah.
the fact that you know this,
It was
I'm just touching his hips, see if I can feel something. I don't know about, but here's the thing. I come from the Middle East,
Yeah.
and pooping for us is like we wash afterwards,
very specific,
bidet. There's a whole thing. It's not just wipe and salam alaikum. I always assume white people, since it's just a wipe, salam alaikum, you poop everywhere.
just a wipe. It's like just a roll.
Yeah, but in the sense that it's just you wipe. There's no for us. Dude, if you look in my bag, I carry bottles of water just so I can, in case.
I noticed that like at certain restaurants that there'll be like a pitcher just behind the toilet, and I found out that it's actually because some of the staff are using
and some
it,
of the clients. That's how I'm like when I see it, I'm like, Muslims work in this building. It's so reassuring. I like ethnic food, and when I see it, I'm like, this is good. Oh yeah, 100%. I went to a Japanese bar, / restaurant in New York, and I go in the washroom and I saw a bidet. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
How's comedy treating you these days? Because you're,
oh man,
where are you feeling wise? Because I'm gonna tell you why I asked.
Sure,
this.
yeah.
Because you're someone I consider who's talented, who's gonna go the distance.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And, you keep getting better and blah blah blah. So I'm curious, where are you with comedy right now, feelings wise? Like, how do you feel before you perform?
Oh, still terrible for
Yeah?
sure. Yeah. It's
You
like
feel terrible.
Like there's moments like it's just so fleeting, right? So you might have like a kind of a good set, or like, okay, people laughed at every punchline. Oh, but they didn't laugh enough, or I didn't quite get that, or they didn't like. There's jokes that I really like that I still feel aren't being nailed, So I'm definitely at a very self-critical phase. But in terms of feeling like perceivable confidence is sort of starting to come, I think that's starting to happen. And I think I'm getting to a point where, while I've done a lot in 2.5 years, like 500 something spots or something, I think there's a bit of diminishing returns. So now I got to be a bit smarter about when I do it. Like make sure that I'm sure I spent 100 of those just going through the motions and being afraid,
Okay.
So
How
I
do you
feel like
feel
I've come a long way.
Yeah,
I
how
feel
do you
like I've come a
before
long
you
way.
go on stage now? Is there any?
I think I'm overstressing myself. Like I tend to think like I really need to get every beat, and I'm not allowing myself to maybe embrace the possibility of having to deviate from a script, let's say. So it's like I have kind of all my beats, and then you have your occasional interjections, like this guy knows what I'm talking about or whatever, that kind of crap. Yeah. And so I'm kind of getting used to that, but I still feel like I'm trying to cram a 7-minute set into 5 every time. Like I just don't know how to time for, like maybe it's because I'm getting a few laughs now, so now I don't know how to time for laughs because I just spent 2 years kind of just doing 5 minutes. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Now I'm realizing that silence is golden in some cases, and I've been avoiding bombing, or like I bomb, but I've been avoiding soaking it. So it's like joke didn't land for a second, I'm not even giving people a chance to let it process. I'm just like, oh, that joke didn't work. And I think that was bad. I think I have to break away that like stew in the failure.
I hear a lot of self-awareness.
Yeah.
You're right where you need to be.
Almost too much in some cases, but it's going good. Leveraging the Burgundy show and all the Peel Pub before that has really helped sort of feel a little bit more confident even with the other comedians. It's very hard to get a comedian to listen to you, at a certain point.
I hate
like
comedians listening to me.
Yeah.
If it was up to me,
all in the green room.
Yeah. I only audience members are allowed to sit on a show.
Yeah.
There's something like I have my Atwater show January 9th, guys. Get your tickets.
Be there.
I ask comedians, and sometimes I'm very dictatorial when it comes to producing shows, because I would like to produce a quality show. So I have set rules, and one of the rules is if you're performing,
you keep us back here.
You don't. I don't want any, because here's the thing about comedians. You've heard my jokes.
Sure.
So I'm already starting like,
and then you see them, and then you go like,
they're on their phone.
Yeah.
And they're like,
that's the worst.
And I don't have my glasses.
Yeah.
So the faces that I imagine all the comedians like, this is the fail.
It actually is like that.
And they're like this is something I can't.
Yeah. It looks bad in the photo ops too. Like I've taken some photos at the Burgundy, and you see like 3 comedians in the front row, like just flipping their phones.
I can't. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't. I refuse. If you're an audience member, you're welcome. If you're
Sure.
a comedian, just go get out of here. Just go in another building.
Yeah.
I do. I feel more comfortable for some reason.
Absolutely, yeah.
I feel more. Dude, I hate. I'm at a point now in my career where people come again
Sure.
just because they like me,
Yeah.
and I hate how. I love that. I'm very grateful. If you listen to this podcast, thank you so much.
Oh,
But
you
I'm
mean
like,
a viewer?
a viewer,
Yeah.
an audience member,
And
a
you're
fan.
like, fuck, that guy already heard this
And
one.
they heard all my jokes, and they're like, they're sitting in the crowd, they're like, and I'm like, I start doing a joke, and in my mind, their face is,
Yeah.
oh no, oh, he's doing that joke.
Yeah.
Oh, he's done it before.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not in the moment. It's all a lie. Like this is what I think they're.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like, oh, I like this.
I think
joke.
most people know how the sausage is made these days.
Oh,
So.
so what I do is that for certain shows like this show,
Right.
I only do brand new jokes.
Yeah.
Or I do crowd work.
Yeah, you do a
So
lot
if
of
you
that
guys
at
come to the
top.
Good Night Comedy Show, you're mainly gonna hear me doing crowd work or like brand new thoughts that I just came up with, and I'm like just testing it out the water, because I have so many repeat customers that come every time. 90% of the people who come from
Sure,
Montreal are people who came before, or
Yeah.
they became friends with someone and they came together, and now. I call my fans. I call them the Ghislaine Maxwell to my Jeffrey Epstein.
But you know, they
'cause
are
they recruit others.
but they are coming because they know that there's rotations of other comedians and stuff. So they're willing to play the roulette a little bit. For me, there's this other thing that happens, which is I'm feeling pretty good, but then maybe a bunch of like there's that open mics too, and then maybe a certain group or configuration of comedians show up, and then all of a sudden I feel less primed to do the material in a sense, because
Can
I'm
you
like,
develop on that?
it might be like, oh, that guy's heard this one before, but I was feeling good about it, and I think I allow myself to get too caught up in that idea of like keeping track of who's who and when's what, and I think that's actually really bad to do. Like you have to just strive through it no matter what. Hey, Joel.
Joel's here, guys.
Yeah, I think this idea of like, oh, he's heard this before, so I won't do that tonight, even though
you can't do
there was
that.
2 people there who I should have tried it on, and I think I got to break that habit, because it's like. And it's an energy thing too. Like, you know, there's certain comedians who, when they show up, make you feel differently about yourself. You maybe went from being confident
I
one
keep saying
second
that, yeah.
to feeling like a total like wiener
Yeah.
the next, or vice versa. Sometimes someone comes in and you're like, oh, I feel like they'll get it,
Yeah.
you know, like,
There's some people
Yeah.
that lift you, and there's some people that just
Yeah.
bring you down.
Yeah.
And I have a theory that people
Sure.
that, you're like, you gotta be careful. Like, why do I feel like this
Yeah.
around you? It's you.
Yeah.
It's also sometimes it's them. I'm a vibe guy. I feel
it
people have vibes.
is mostly you at the end of the day,
Yeah.
because here's something I learned too early on, which was I thought, because I was doing it all in Montreal and everyone got to know me, and you know, some people wrote me off already, like, Eric sucks, you know, and it's like, then I was like, oh, I'll go to Texas and it'll be different. And I remember I went, this was very early, 6 months in, and I did the exact same thing there, where the minute I went to a second open mic where I saw all those guys the night before, I was like, oh, I can't do those jokes, they already heard them. And I was like, it's me. Like, you do it to yourself, and the only thing that lets you break that is like not thinking that way, basically.
I think it's being in the moment.
Yeah.
Being in the moment with the people,
Yeah.
with the crowd.
Yeah.
And telling them that story as if it's fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
I
Which
was,
I still need to do more of, for sure.
It's so hard.
It's very hard.
I find it's much easier on the road, which is
Interesting.
I recommend to all the comedians, go do the road, because
Interesting.
even the jokes that I've been doing for like 5 years, for some reason, when you're doing it in a completely different city in
Right.
front of people who've never seen you
Yeah,
before,
very different context
it comes
too.
out as if it's brand new.
Yeah.
I can't explain it. It's a
Huh.
great feeling.
Huh.
It's 100%. Performing in different cities, every comedian should do it.
And I think that's what I'm only starting to learn now, is the difference between performing and reciting. So there's this idea, like usually what I'll do before a book spot is I will go over my key set.
Yeah.
And I want to go to a point where I memorize it well enough that I can, if at any point get interrupted, still have enough, is it mimetic systems in place to kind of remember, oh yeah, keep going in this direction. Because someone can just look at you a certain way and your mind literally goes blank for something you've recited in and out over and
try
over.
not to recite.
Exactly.
Sometimes
That's what I think is
I
dangerous.
enjoy these moments.
Yeah.
When someone looks at me differently.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that was a reaction.
Sure.
That's a reaction that I got lucky. I got to see. Let's say I'm performing in front of 100 people. There's going to be a percentage
Hey,
of
don't brag here.
there's going to be a percentage of people who are going to feel this way.
Sure.
which means this is a new route.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why did you do that face? In the sense that, was it what did I see? Did I perceive disgust?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, let's talk about that. Did I perceive interest, or maybe I should go deeper into that subject, etc., etc. So it's a good thing.
It's very ephemeral, like trying to measure and gauge emotional response from people based on just some simple facial. And most time you got a light like this blinding you anyway, so you can't even really see
blind.
people.
When I'm on stage, I can't see them.
Even with glasses on, like me looking at a person, I'm not necessarily registering the information I need. It's more like a lot happening at once, and I might see their scarf instead of their eyes or something like that. So there's just, like, I've thought about doing it without glasses just to see if that could actually help reduce, but I think that would confuse even more.
We were talking about before we started recording about the senses that would be okay to lose. Yeah. And I said, out of all my senses, I think the sight one is the one I care about the least.
No, man. Visuals are...
Really?
Visuals are essential.
Okay. Smell, you need smell, because without smell, you can't taste. But I'm an audio guy. The sound of my girlfriend, the sound of my mom, my brother, my like people I love, their voices. Stand-up comedy, I love listening to albums.
That's fair, yeah.
The sound of laughter.
Music. Love music, yeah.
I cannot.
Music is more, you can consume the same music more often than the same movie.
Yeah.
So in a way, like, I would value...
Sight, what am I missing?
Hearing over seeing, but seeing is like instrumental to navigation. It's like...
and this, but... If I get to do comedy, I don't care about anything else.
And
I could do comedy blind.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't need eyes.
You can't do
Maybe
it.
I should do that. Maybe I should a special edition.
We should research that. I wonder if there are any notable deaf comedians. I don't think there really
There's
are.
one No, he was blind. He was a blind comedian. He's a black man. Very funny. He sounded like a jazz player.
Okay.
Like, he's like the Miles Davis. He's like, hey, and he would just talk mumbles, and people would like laugh.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. He passed away, unfortunately. But I saw him.
Was it made clear that he was?
Oh yeah.
At the beginning of the set.
His eyes, and also he's a veteran. He was in it for many years. Yeah. But I truly, because he's like, what can I not? Tell me one thing that I'm like, oh, Amer, you have to see this.
And then there's all
titties. I can touch them.
It's just interesting because then you have stories like, it was Beethoven and other people who are like literally deaf and then still doing music, you know? Like, I feel those stories are...
I think they became deaf.
Yeah. So it's like, but then they kept it going.
Yeah,
which
but
is,
I think they had a
they're
memory.
so good at it.
They had a memory of the... But in our art, I need to hear the laughter.
Yeah.
So I can't get...
So if we're talking specifically as a comedian, then sure, I would choose...
But you are.
No, but like, I don't know if I would choose comedy if I was suddenly disabled in that way. Because I'd probably feel sorry for myself for too long.
And then you would drag jokes about that.
You don't understand. I'd end up in one of those phases.
Yeah, Colonel Dan.
Throwing something across the room, you know, like in my biopic movie,
for some reason you have a wheelchair for I don't know why you're also in a
wheelchair.
You
don't understand. I can't see the future.
With your hair,
I don't see a future with you.
You know Colonel Dan in Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
With your hair.
Yeah, big time.
It's very Colonel Dan, but just...
I have a meme of me as him
Colonel
on New Year's Eve.
Lieutenant Dan, thank you.
Lieutenant Dan, that's it.
Hey, you got your hair. You look good.
That was on the butt, by the way.
No, I would definitely.
Interesting.
Like, because here's the thing. I remember, like, my girlfriend. I close my eyes. I can imagine her face. So I don't need to. You know what I mean?
Sure.
She'll never get old.
Sure.
She'll always be the gorgeous 12-year-old that she is now. I mean, 40, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need. But I love her voice. I love voices.
That's interesting.
I love voices.
No, I love voices too, for sure. And there's a lot of notable types of voices that I like. But again, from a spatial, like, you just have so much more potential to literally see the world, both because of vision, but also because it still gives you some autonomy. Whereas being deaf, you lose a major thing.
So you would quit comedy?
Well, again, I'm 2.5 years in, as opposed to, let's say, you have been doing it for like a decade, I guess, at this point. So maybe that's why I'm not in the same, like, I need to, like, I definitely feel like now that I'm in it, I have to see it through, you know? but I might not necessarily have the same drive as comedians who are at that point and like in nailing
see what
it,
you mean,
you know,
yeah.
like I'm still at that point where I don't think I'm gonna quit, as much to the dismay of some, but I think I'm at a point at 2.5 years in. There are other things in my life that I've done for longer periods,
Okay.
you know,
I see
like,
what you mean. I see
so
what
it's
you
like, I don't,
It's not part of your identity.
but even with
yet.
music, I've been doing music for 20 years,
Yeah.
and I think I would still pick sight over hearing, just because I can still remain autonomous in that way. Whereas the minute you remove sight, it's like everything changes.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Which-
because I like having interesting formats for the Good Night
Sure,
Comedy Show.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna do a blind Good Night Comedy Show.
Interesting. So like just blindfolds, basically.
Blindfold the crowd. Should we blindfold the crowd too?
That.
Blindfold the crowd. Blindfold the comedian. And I'm just naked, just rubbing one out.
You know what would be, you know how they do those dark dinners, like where you eat in the dark? It
yeah.
would be interesting to do like a comedy show in the
Just
dark
pitch
like that.
blackness.
Yeah.
Some people have great voices, and I think they would do best.
Like,
Like
you call it dark humor, right? And it's like,
Ah.
but it's not actually necessarily dark, you know, it's just that you're
Like,
in the dark doing
literal
jokes.
dark humor.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's gonna be impossible to do it here for sure. But
Yeah.
I think I can blindfold at least the comedian.
Yeah.
If, like, I'll ask the comedian, like, hey, I'm gonna do a blindfold edition. You're completely blindfolded.
You can imagine some fun musings that happen with that, like where they hear something from a certain part of the room, and then they'll comment on that, or visually something's happening that they're missing out on as the blindfolded victim. So there's definitely ways that would create.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah,
tuned
yeah,
for
yeah.
the dark. Thank you. I forgot how I'm a big fan. I'm becoming a big
Thanks.
fan of advertising.
Yeah.
And I know you're so
It's
good
a bit
at it.
late, but
Sorry?
it's a bit late for it. But
Why? Why is it
I
late?
feel like ads are kind of. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like the
yeah,
idea of, like,
the importance of promotion
Yes,
and
and, like,
marketing as a mechanism
marketing,
for
exactly,
communicating
and
something.
advertising.
Sure, yeah,
And I'm like, I decided I want to get better at it.
yeah.
And I know you
Me
come
too.
from that
Still,
world.
me too. Like I still think we do a lot of things in general, whether freelance or with a company, where you're just kind of going with your gut. But there's ways to measure how things work and then work around that. And I think.
You studied that, right? You went to university?
No, I studied art. I actually ended up in marketing as a sort of like the backup plan, right? Which is, I'm not an artist, you know, but I'm an artist for sale. And I started as a designer and then ended up kind of more as in an art director role, mostly web digital stuff.
Which is the
Yeah, which is sort of the realm of things. Obviously, I've done a couple of like commercial spots, but very, very few. And advertising as a whole, like you look at, you know those True Classic t-shirt commercials where they like, yo, look, and it stretches, and oh, look, it fits. I'm always so more impressed how ad hoc those videos look.
What
And
does ad hoc mean?
like on the fly, like it looks like something that they just kind of, but actually there's a lot of like data driven metrics that drive how they create those videos because they are effective basically. And it's the same thing with comedy, like something where you have a face at the beginning, especially if in the thumbnail alone, that's obviously going to drive a bit more interest, particularly if it's a female, and little things like that you can sort of help increase. Like a graphic of your poster is not likely going to do it. That's why people keep doing those videos. Hey guys, come out tonight to see this show, because that's the stuff that actually works because it's specific to the platform. So we have this thing where it's also called banner blindness. So this idea that you're on a website and you know where the ads pop into the site and what an ad looks like. So you get to a point where you just develop like a blindness to it. The only way to capture someone's attention is to do something that plays into that somehow, you know? So is it a solid color with just one word on it? Maybe. I don't know. But
you have to keep up so hard.
It's so much. I don't even know.
You know Ogilvy?
Sure.
The
Yeah.
Confessions of a Advertising Man.
Yeah.
I'm reading this book, his book
nice.
right now.
Yeah.
I bought it. I sit at night and I read it.
I'm sure it all holds true still, even with the changes.
There's
in
little
the,
psychological
yeah.
things. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Another one called Damn Good Advice. It's more little snippets.
Damn good advice.
Yeah, I forget
Okay.
the name of the guy right now. But,
I'll do it. I'm buying that book.
Yeah,
Once I'm done
it's
with
a
that.
nice. It's a cute one. It's
Yeah.
like easier to read than anything else. And there they talk a lot about certain sort of attitudes and ideas in the advertising space. And it's just crazy because I was doing comedy as a way to get into something else and not think about work. And then the overlap becomes so apparent so quickly. Oh yeah, I got to market your brand.
I
Oh, here's
love
my
it.
show. And
Don't you love it?
I love it. And I love that there's a slight advantage from it.
Yeah.
But I'm also kind of like, man, I just want to have fun with my music and my comedy. But
Yeah.
now it's turned into like a business minded approach. Like if I
Yeah,
want to share
it's
my music,
great.
oh, I got to think about
I love that. I'm loving all of that because right now. I'm like, okay, I'm a comedian. I know I'm
Sure,
a comedian. I'm
sure.
done. Now I have to turn this into a business.
Yeah.
So I'm learning, okay, how to promote a show, how to advertise
Yeah,
a show,
yeah.
how to sell tickets, how to get people to come again, how to get people to remind me,
Mm.
like the whole cycle. And that's why I ask you, how do you feel about comedy now?
Sure.
Because right now, going on stage, don't feel any stress whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I was explaining this to my friend who's like a civilian. I'm like, do you feel stress when you go to work? He's like, no. I'm like, that's exactly how I feel
Really?
when I hit on
Oh,
stage.
that's interesting.
I'm like, oh, all right.
I work from home and I still feel stress.
That's amazing. Congratulations. And it kind of worries me. I'm like, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Because I'm doing cool things.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I headlined. We did. I just came back from tour, sold hundreds of tickets. Amazing. No stress
that is
whatsoever.
yeah.
And I'm like, all right, now how many mugs did we sell? And like, all right, there's no like, oh my God, I'm following my dream. It is crazy. None of that, dude. I opened for like a guy with 1 million. He's a very funny guy. He's like a comedian, has 1 million followers.
Sure.
I opened at the Corona Beanfield. I think.
Oh yeah.
The Corona.
Who'd you
Theater.
open for?
Dale Elliott Jr.
Okay.
Very funny guy, and like for me it was, well, yeah, okay, I'm opening for a guy.
How many people in that room? It's a few hundred,
Four,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
4 something, I guess. And I got on stage. I'm like, in my mind, like, I know his type of comedy. It's very like, oh, my family. It's not, and I'm darker.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah, you are,
expecting
yeah.
people to go like, oh, and I was like, yeah, well, there was no.
But you have an affable sensibility that
I don't know what affable
like
means.
you're very silly and kind of like
yeah, I guess.
non-threatening in
Yeah.
the way that you do it. Like it's you don't do assault comedy.
No.
You're kind of sneaking in sort of the dark bad stuff. So
It's
people,
it's somewhat
there's
smart.
like a bit of an uncle angle to it, I think. In a good
been,
way.
It's been like this since I was
Yeah.
20, so it
Yeah.
has not. But I was blown away by how I'm like, man, these are my jokes.
Yeah.
There's 400 of you. Some of you are not gonna like it.
And statistically speaking, that's what I love about a larger crowd is you start to really benefit from that in most cases. As long as your material is structured
Yeah.
comedic material. I struggle so hard in some of the small open mic settings
Yeah.
because I don't have that level of confidence yet to do it with it. Like you should be able to entertain 3 people in an elevator if you're a true
Yeah.
comedian,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
if you're still working on it, you tend to doubt yourself a bit. Whereas statistically, when I do a full room at the Nest or one of Sid's shows or whatever, I usually feel overall, okay, as long as I hit my beats,
Yeah.
I'll get the last for the punchlines and
Yeah.
feel good about that. But anytime where there's like a distracted room,
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing actually.
Well,
Like,
that you learn
working
how to-
in rooms with
You
distractions.
should do grumpies more often. If
Yeah, I
you're,
miss it not being a weekly, to be honest.
it is
I
the
did it
room-
all when
yeah.
it was weekly. It was
did it for fucking 5 years.
yeah,
And then you just get over it.
yeah,
I prefer
that's interesting.
I prefer smaller crowds.
Really?
Because when you get them, it's a great feeling because you have all this knowledge and experience. Big crowds, dude. There's crappy open micers I can kill in front of big crowds.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But as I said, it started tough, and they were like, "Oh, I'm doing 9/11 jokes," and then I ended up on like an applause break. And I came on stage like, all right, I did my job. Pay me. Thank you so much.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the snakes and ladders effect where you're in a room that's very delicate or fragile, right? And then you're like, oh boy, if these people just stay seated just a little longer, I'll have my chance. And then by the time you go up, maybe someone alienated them. Maybe they just lost interest. Maybe someone had to go to the bathroom right on your set.
Yeah.
There's all these things that happen in small rooms that are like critically damaging to your opportunity. No one's doing it with malice. It's just snakes and ladders, you know?
You're overthinking this.
I am. I
like, way
overthink.
too much.
I overthink.
At
yeah.
your level, just focus on being funny,
Oof.
whatever, whatever
yeah,
the situation.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, but
whatever the situation.
Let me rephrase that. You go into a room where there was this great table
Yeah.
sitting there, and you're like so excited about to do it, and then the waitress comes in
Yeah.
and is basically
Yeah.
like asking them for
You
drinks.
can make a joke about that.
Yeah, but I think that's where I suck because
Oh,
I
you
go.
host. Aren't you hosting every week?
Yeah, but I'm not good enough still.
Yeah,
Like I think I still come off as like my prom is ruined.
Yeah,
And I
you'll
think
have to
that's what I have to work on because
Small-
you can see it in my body language and my eyes.
Yeah, you gotta
and
get over
it's
that.
very hard to mask
You
that.
gotta get.
Yeah.
I find small rooms or smaller crowds is where I become the most insane.
Really, that's interesting.
And I allow because here's the thing: I want a certain level of laughter,
right?
so I don't want.
No, I
Because
hate
there's people like,
silent laughs.
like it's
Yeah.
of course they're not gonna go ha ha ha. There's like 4 of them in a room of 50, but I'm getting ha ha ha, even if it means deep throating a mic, which is how jokes are born sometimes, or you say the craziest thing
That's true.
is because like you're laughing as if you're in an arena with 400 and you forget everybody around you.
Which is the way to
And I'm
look
gonna
at it.
go insane just to get it's the most creative sets I have is in front of small crowds. Big crowds, it's more responsibility, so I have to
I think that requires a bit of material revision though, right? Because depending on the type of material you do,
It's the
you
delivery
might
changes, of
need to
course.
think about and sort of bucket what those things are.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the spider web of jokes is very hard to wrangle for me still. Like because there's again these.
you're underestimating your creativity.
Probably.
The same joke can be delivered in 25
Yeah,
different
yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
And if it's 3 people, it's not the way you deliver it in front of 100
Yeah.
or in front of fucking in a theater.
Yeah.
In a theater, and I always imagine Louis. In my mind, like it's Louis giving his monologue. It's rhetorical. He's talking. He's there listening. In front of 4 people, I have to be insane Amer.
He actually mentioned something in a podcast I watched the other day that's similar to what you're saying, where people in those large rooms are kind of actually just laughing, but they don't even know what they're laughing at
They're
by the
just-
end. If they're
yeah.
just going with the rhythm of the room
Yeah.
and the comedian and stuff. He was saying that he kind of doesn't even like that because he likes more when what you're talking
Yeah.
about basically,
Just
which
in
is
the-
you actually have those people in those. And I've seen some comics who can really do that, like really just like no matter what garbage room you throw at them,
course.
they will make something work out of it. And I'm always so impressed with those comedians.
I've always heard is that people want to see you have fun. So have fun.
Yeah.
If you're having fun, they're gonna have fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
And anytime I did have fun, it was noted. Like a comedian would tell me or something like that. So
Just
you're,
have fun.
You're right.
You'll get there. I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about me because I'm like, am I not supposed to feel anything?
Well, you might be immune to it, which it might be a good thing, actually.
No.
Like
As I told you, because like as I said, when I did the Corona Theater, it started. Oh, people were like the headliner was black, so there was a lot of black people in the crowd.
sure.
And I have one black joke, but I can't.
I feel
It's-
like
it's about how I like old rap instead of new rap.
all right.
Because I don't know if I ever told you that joke. It's because I find that like rap was so much better when black lives didn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like you take pressure to create a diamond, but now Drake's talking about his feelings. I'm like, what the fuck? So I was not gonna do that joke. There's no way.
But yeah, the music is better when it comes from more darkness or more strife. Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyway, so that I wasn't. There's no way. I was just gonna do my material. Plus, the guy told me, "Hey, can you?" When he messaged me, he's like, "Can you do 10?" I'm like, "Perfect. I don't need to do dirty stuff. I'll do
Right.
my family stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Do my immigration stuff. Everything's gonna be nice." But then I get there, he's like, "Can you do 15, 20?" I'm like,
I'm gonna have to dig in.
I'm gonna have to
deep
suck
at
the
that
mic,
point.
buddy. I can be clean for 10, 15 minutes. After that, jizz is coming from a hole. I don't know which one. So I got like, it's so funny. Like at the beginning, they're like, ha 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 ha, but they're like, all right, these are jokes. We don't know him. We don't
Yeah.
like him. We didn't come to see him.
But that's the win. That's how you would like. I see it.
Ha, ha, ha. And then at the end,
Yeah.
when I was like, ha, ha,
Yeah.
and as I'm leaving, they're like, "Hey, it's that guy."
Yeah.
Because I was making eye contact with the black guy.
Yeah.
Black men, they have a lot of ego. So if you're like gagging on a mic while you're making
You
eye
bring
contact,
yourself down to
they're like, "What the?" I mean, like, because everybody was laughing. And they thought that was laughing at them, but I was not laughing. I just needed.
Which is a huge part of it, right? Like the self-deprecating, you aren't, even if you're on a stage, you're not actually above the audience.
I never.
You are trying to vie for their
my sense
affections,
of humor, my sense of humor
and
is
acceptance.
not above. I'm not. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And here's my stories. I never. There's some comics who are above, like Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I'm above you.
Yeah.
I'm more of the.
And
Louis
he has a way with that for sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's a virtuoso.
And me, I'm like, he might have something there. He might.
I don't know if you ever heard it. Jerry Seinfeld kid. He's talented.
I hear he's on his way up.
It's. I'm just. Here's the thing. Here's what will happen. I'm just letting you know.
Sure.
Like whatever stage you are right now mentally, once you become a headliner, you'll be in that stage. Because once I became a headliner, it's like I started comedy all over again. So
because you're working within that tier, basically.
Sorry?
You're working within that tier of.
Exactly. So now, as an open micer or like a middler, whatever your stage is, you're like, okay, you start doing terrible rooms, then you start doing better rooms, and you're doing 7-12 minutes in nice rooms, and then you start headlining. And when you headline, then you're headlining in terrible rooms.
That's right.
And you're not. It's headlining is a completely.
You're not going right to Madison Square Garden.
You're not going exactly, and it's like a new sport.
Yeah.
It's not like doing 4 sets of 15 minutes. You're doing an hour, and it's a complete. So I feel like a 2-year comic. I'm where you feel as a headliner, in the sense I'm headlining shows where the staff is talking,
right?
The lighting is not perfect. It's like I'm doing terrible rooms, but I'm headlining, doing 45 minutes an hour, doing terrible rooms.
Yeah.
So I just have to the grind never stops. Basically, it's not a theater where the audio is perfect.
No,
everybody's
and
coming.
then
to
even
see
then,
it.
you still have.
I have like 2-3 people who came to see me, and the other are just like, oh, it's a comedy show. Hey, let's go watch let's get drunk.
Yeah.
And watch a comedy show. The crazy things that happen to us on the road are insane.
That must be fun doing the whole, especially since you guys all get along.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
I'm very blessed. I truly like the people, Joel, Will, and now we took Joanna.
Yeah.
The product itself.
Yeah, it's a 90-minute show, right?
It's more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I do about 50, 55, and
Okay.
they all do about 10 each. Give or
Wow.
take. Sometimes I take like a local guy.
Right.
I'll have him, if he helped me out with the posters, I'll let him do like a 7,
that's fine,
10
yeah.
minutes. And the whatever I charge, they're leaving satisfied. There's no doubt about it. Like the product is mwah. So that's what I say when you do the road, think of the product.
Yeah, and you get a totally different,
I'm blessed. Honestly, I'm grateful.
totally
The
different
team I have
dynamic, and because Montreal has its own benefits and downfalls, right? In terms of audiences, like.
I think we have good audiences. I think they're tough.
Yeah, pretty good. But
We have tough audiences.
like you'll get a show where like you only realize halfway through your set that like maybe half the audience isn't great in English, let's say.
Well,
right?
that's your host. The host has
Yeah.
to that's
Pull
your job.
that up.
I was like, hey, you guys speak English? Like it's a hacky line to say in Montreal. I was like, do you guys speak English?
Yeah.
But it comes from an actual place. Like, do you guys speak
Yeah,
English?
we're just making sure.
Like,
here.
especially the show here.
Yeah,
There's
all over the world.
they're from
right?
all over. We're
Yeah.
people who come from countries where laughter is not
Yeah,
part of the decorum. It's not part of the zeitgeist to laugh at a joke. It's
Yeah.
not, and it made me more physical. It's the only show where like I still like I get excitement if I got a laugh.
right.
Because the other shows, I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have to.
Well, like if you compare this to your Atwater show, right?
yeah, Atwater
Like,
is more proper.
Yeah.
It's a classy show.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's still me jizzing on the crowd, but it's like a.
but you're doing it gracefully, though.
I'm doing
right?
gracefully. It's a nice environment.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful location.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous location. People who are members of the. You could tell that when people walk in, they're like, "Whoa, these
Yeah.
are not members." People are like, "Oh," and then you're members. People are like, "Oh, there's so many people in my favorite bar."
Hey,
Yeah.
in a way, the proper venue show is a reward for enduring and learning how to deal with some of the other variables in non-venue settings, right? Like getting someone to laugh in a disturbed bar where there's
Yeah.
lots of distraction is in itself an amazing skill and
Yeah,
feat, I
yeah.
think. So it's like your reward ends up being, okay, now here's a room of people who are going to pay and listen to you, basically. You would think it's the other way around.
I'm gonna
but
say something
yeah,
that is not good.
Yeah.
But like when we do the road, we've
Sure.
done rooms where they hold comedy events.
Yeah.
So the crowd is just perfect and they listen and
Yeah.
they laugh and they're with you. Like when we did Halifax, I mean, it's a good robot. They have comedy shows all the time.
Sure, yeah.
And it was a classically comedy show. It was a classic comedy show.
Yeah.
Where I just got on stage, I did my jokes, some crowd work here and there, but they laughed at everything. It was nice. And at the end, I was like, yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah.
And then we did a show in Moncton where it was rowdy.
Yeah, rowdy was the
a
word.
lady threw her fake titty. She had breast cancer, so
Yeah.
she threw it on stage, and I put it in my mouth.
Which is more likely to be a clip than something from the other show, basically.
Yeah, but I don't even think of terms of clip. But
Yeah.
it was like I was so present because I'm like I'm the headliner. I'm not bombing.
Yeah.
So I was so present and so in the moment, and I had to juggle insane people left and right, and I'm like that was more satisfying to me than a perfectly like I go on stage and it's like the opera and I have my
A good night, smoke bomb.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's, you know, like you go watch the opera and everybody's quiet and then there's a maestro.
You are right.
So I don't know if it's good. I don't know. I
No,
feel
no,
it's toxic. I feel
No, because for the first time recently, I did crowd work where I just asked a question.
yeah.
And I have a story for that. And I just went into
Yeah?
the story and people were laughing. And it was
Yeah.
the first time where I didn't feel like I was just trying to do something with like a canned punchline system. And I realized then and there that I haven't been doing any of that. Like I haven't been pulling any of the stories in because I tried at the open mics,
Yeah.
but you try and tell a story at an open mic and it's
Yeah.
like, no, and especially you don't have the command of the room still. So now I'm learning that there are other places I can put those stories in. Essentially,
If you're hosting,
you know?
I find it very good to host. Like a Joel,
That's
he
why I
hosts a
started
lot,
the show,
And his
yeah.
crowd work got so much better.
Yeah.
When you do open mic, do your jokes.
Yeah.
Don't be the open micing crowd work guy, where you go on. You have 5 minutes. Like, hey, what do you do for a living? And you're like, you have 5 minutes.
Yeah, and
Do your
and with 5 minutes, you're wasting 20 seconds on them going,
Exactly, and you're
Yeah.
not a good.
yeah,
No one is a good crowd worker when you're beginning. Just do your jokes, learn how to deliver your jokes, learn how to perform. When you host, then you can learn how to do crowd work, how to bob and weave, how to go in material, leave material,
Yeah.
build a relationship with the crowd, so that you can recall something that happened 20 minutes earlier. and
I've
then,
watched
it's-
Ben do it enough times,
Yeah, Ben is
especially
great
because
at
I
that.
know most of his like
Yeah.
main material, and to see when he brings them in sometimes is
Yeah.
interesting for sure.
It's,
yeah,
and that will make you a better headliner in the future. That's for sure.
yeah, that's interesting.
That's 100%. The more you host, the better of a headliner. Because I told you, when you're headlining, something's gonna happen where you need to whip out your dick.
yeah,
Metaphorically, you need to like, hey, dude, I did a show, and a guy went to the washroom, and then his wife followed him, and of course I made a joke like, oh, they're going to have sex.
yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm gonna smell his finger when he comes back. So and then I forget about him, and then I'm on stage, and he's fucking drunk. He comes, and he's like, and the crowd erupts because there's no stage.
Yeah,
I'm on
yeah,
the same
yeah.
level as them.
Yeah.
I'm just standing. So he's just, and I was like, what? The people laugh. I'm like, I have to regain control. So I'm like, why does it smell like shit? Did you stick it up your ass? So I had to find something to regain. So it's all these things that I'm like, I was telling Joanne, like, I can't wait to be at a level where no one can send me a shot
Right.
when I'm on stage. That's the level where I want to reach. That's my 5-year goal, is that no one, like, I'm in a theater, no one, you're like, hey, send them a shot.
Yeah.
Or people go to the washroom while walking in front of you.
Yeah.
That's the worst. So that's what I mean by it's
Yeah.
like you re-become, as a headliner, you re-become an open micer, but you're an open micing headliner. So it's not, because you have an idea of what you want, and you just, you have to just climb your way to where like a nice theater. But as I said, I like the chaos. I love that. I thrive.
The
in
chaos is fun. It is, but there's I guess it's a lot of inside baseball, but I guess the thing I've noticed is I have to kind of go through some of that. Like at the beginning of the show when I think it's not going to work out,
Yeah.
it's almost like a ritual where I have to go through that. And then all of a sudden someone barks a few people, and then all of a sudden the room is working. And it's like, and you can see all the comedians feel refreshed by that. Like, oh, it ended up working out, you know? It feels like that's part of the process, is going through this sort of initial strife and then figuring out how to make it work for the night. Essentially, it would be nice to always have seats in the people in the seats.
That's the only thing.
But I
If you have
have enjoyed
seats,
the most where I thought I was doomed that night,
Yeah.
and then it worked out. you know?
It's a relief.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
And you're very high at the end of it, like where you're like talking as if you were on something.
I miss that high. I do not.
Oh, it goes away, I imagine, eh?
As I told you, I'm like,
Yeah.
man, how many mugs that, like, you know what, where I get my high now? How many mugs did I sell after the show? It's crazy to say.
You're just a Stokes now.
See this, the
Stokes. It's like a kitchenwares
the
store.
Strokes. I'm like, me, Julian Casablancas? No, and because I don't know if it's a good metric, but for me, for someone to buy a mug after they already bought a ticket,
Yeah.
they must have really enjoyed the show.
Oh yeah.
And it's my face. It's my face on the
Yeah.
mug. So I'm like, okay, they love me as a headliner, and I
And they
calculate,
actually
like,
want to remember.
They want to remember.
Yeah.
They want to stare at me while they take their morning poop. If they drink coffee, and in the sense that they want a souvenir from tonight.
Yeah.
And that's for me. Like, okay, I delivered a quality product. Yes, I sold 5 mugs. What's the percentage? That's what gets me high.
It's the difference between someone saying, "Oh, you were good too" after a show versus, "Hey, I really liked that bit where you said X," and like that's happened 3 times to me maybe, and those 3 times are like, you know, immortalized in my head.
The reverse is also like when you bomb. I remember once I bombed. It was like at the beginning I bombed a lot. I bombed. And there was people who were watching the show, and their comics were standing. And they were like, "Hey man, great set." And like looked at me, he's like, "Nice jacket." And
that guy's.
I don't think he meant it. He wanted to say something positive, and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
wearing a jacket. I was like, "Great jacket, man!" And it made me laugh. But how I'm like, man, we live such a sad sport that we play.
A
And
girl
he said, "Great jacket."
yeah, thanks. A girl once said to me, "Oh, you were great. When are you going up?"
Oh,
Like she was drunk.
oh.
And I think, I was just like, all right.
Have you gotten laid from comedy yet? Since last time we spoke, you told me you came close a couple of times, I think.
Oh yeah. There was the swinging couple.
Yeah.
I remember that. I would say like, has it gotten me laid directly from an audience member?
Yeah.
No,
No?
definitely.
It will
not.
come.
Yeah.
Guys.
A chuckle fugger is right around the corner.
Guys. Wednesday, Burgundy
Yeah,
Line.
Burgundy Line.
Fucking-
It's the last of the season, by the way. So
Yeah,
we're coming back in January.
Oh, you're taking a break. Oh, okay. For
Yeah,
December.
because they do a lot of like Christmas dinners and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, and they told I didn't have to ask, like, so we're coming back. They were like, no, we'll start up again in
That's-
January.
As supportive.
They've been super awesome. Like I work with the floor manager there, and he's always got everything prepared for me and stuff like that.
That's nice.
It's been really great. We've been getting some really unusual nights, like where like sometimes it just turns into fun chaos. It is a bit like
It's
it
something-
really is a hybrid
Right.
mic. It really is a hybrid mic. Like we have the book spots,
Yeah.
but it does devolve into an open mic.
Yeah.
And it's a 2.5 hour show. It's
Wow.
long.
Yeah.
I'm gonna retool it a bit
That's
in the
good.
new year.
By the way, if you're hosting for 2 hours and a half,
Yeah.
and if people are laughing, that's 2 hours and a half. That's an hour of you on stage.
I rely too heavily on insults in between
That's fine.
acts. I feel like it's too easy to do
It's
that.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're finding out something about you. You're good at insulting.
Yeah, it's
and
like
getting laughs out of insults.
little quips based on like the last thing they said in their set
Yeah.
or something.
Amazing.
Trying to add a tag to maybe or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's great.
So that's been good exercise.
It's good. It's all writing. That's all going in the bank. It's like these
Well,
are all
memory
the
is a whole other thing, eh? Like I don't know if
You'll
you.
get better.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
I don't
because
even
it's-
remember people's names
Yeah,
because I did that for years.
Sure,
where
yeah.
I hosted for like the comedy showcase. Now it's like one of the most popular shows of the MTL Comedy Club. But when I started,
Oh, give me a 3-syllable name. Forget about it. Like it's like, and
people, oh my god,
I've
there's
done
a
some
guy
terrible botches doing
who-
that.
I'm not gonna say his name, but there's a comedian in the scene who dislikes me, who blocked me,
Oh,
and I apologize. He wanted to film his set for the Winnipeg Comedy Festival.
okay.
He's like, "Hey, Amer, just bring me up." And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And I just blanked on his name.
Oh,
And like, "Ladies and gentlemen, your next comic."
is gonna make you laugh.
He's like, and he says, let's say his name is Banana. He's like, "Banana." He's like, "Banana, everybody!" and then he bombed.
Oh no.
I think he would have bombed either way, but I felt so bad. And
No,
he hates me now. He blocked me. He doesn't follow me.
I mean, I'm sure
I apologize. You know who you are.
I'm sure I've experienced things similarly, like early on, where someone either forgot my name or didn't know how to pronounce
Yeah.
it. But that's been my whole life, like correcting people and spelling my name. So it doesn't bother me so much, but I'll feel genuinely bad if I mess someone else up, because it also makes me look like I'm not invested in the show or something like
Feels
that,
like you don't
right?
care.
Like,
And
and
you
I
do
do.
care.
I literally like lamented over all these details.
Plus, you work alone, right? You're the
I'm
You're
taking.
the door
I
guy, you're
take
ticket-
a photo of every person.
That's-
I do the lights. I do the light. I do the set list. I manage the noise. I do the hosting.
managing the noise.
The
So
manage, and
important.
it's like now I understand Vance a little bit more when he does it. Yo,
I haven't done it over the, but is he
Yeah.
still? Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
why his show has been
Yeah.
alive for so long.
So-
you gotta be dictatorial.
we're pretty good though, because now we got the upstairs spot for a green room, which is almost too fancy for us, if you
Oh, you
ask
have a
me.
green room. Okay, it's not like on the other side.
Well, if you go to Burgundy Line, we go in the back room, but there's a room upstairs that if we actually have like a
Well, this
volume
is
of
when I
audience.
did the show. It was upstairs.
Yeah, but there's another upstairs.
another upstairs.
Yeah, and that's where I'll put the comedians if I have a full audience.
That's amazing.
And that makes the show feel really good,
It makes
because
it a show.
when you have them coming in and out of the room or hanging in the spot right there, I see how it does create like a
I wish every comedian produced the show, just so they can understand like how important it is to set up the environment for comedy. Look at my show. Like you see these things that I put to create an intimate environment. That wasn't the case before I started.
To block it off.
Block it off. The fact that I added a spotlight.
Yeah.
The whole. It's all to make the show better. I believe in the Kaizen method. You know Kaizen?
What's that?
So I think it was Toyota or Honda. They developed a method where like, as long as we're 1% better,
Right.
at the end we're gonna have a better product.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Kaizen is just a 1%. Like, oh, let's fix this small thing here.
Oh, okay.
And
So
let's-
like iterative incremental
They call it
enhancements, basically.
So it's like a small, like we'll fix this here,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
add this here, and it's just a little 0.5%, and at the end you end up with like a product that is 20% better, which is
Yeah.
insane to get something 20% better. It's that's
I mean,
what I get from my
we
engineering
kind of
degree.
did that when we moved it to the back room, because we used to do it in the space where you went,
Yeah.
with the red curtains and all that.
Yeah.
But it was so noisy and there was too much like distraction. Now we're in this back room, and I was very resistant to it because I thought it was too hidden. But it ended up being much better
Hidden is better for
overall
comedy.
because first of all, you could actually hear the comedians properly. But I think it just creates more of a
Intimacy is-
backroom comedy kind of vibe,
intimacy,
you know?
especially for the type of comedy you're selling.
Yeah.
Like to be intimate, so people are like, okay, we're separated from the outside world,
Yeah.
and we can have a crazy guy, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
It makes the environment way better. You can have Sanya screaming Mein Kampf.
Cox.
Cox.
She's
Shout out to
she's
Sanya.
closing out the year on Wednesday.
Big fan of her.
Yeah.
Big fan. I think
I support the
there's
Sanya
the
cause.
future of Sanya. I have no doubt about it.
She works hard. She works hard.
She
She's
does. She's
been-
very smart too.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need the closer, the smaller, the intimate. Like
Yeah.
more intimate, the more people are more relaxed. They relax their assholes.
Yeah.
They can shit their pants. They can laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know why I pointed at you.
Wow.
But now we know.
We started this off on the wrong foot. That's for fucking sure. Oh, I can't believe I did that. Let's just not make a clip of that one, even though it's probably the best
100%. Gabe, we're only making shit clips.
bit. Shit clips.
Shit clips for this podcast.
Oh my god.
Nah, I find the more intimate a venue is, the better it is.
Oh, yeah.
Especially for if you're going to see a comic you don't know and they're edgy or dark, the more intimate the better. I want to do it. We'll do it in January. I'll come do your show in
Oh
January.
yeah, I'd
Let's
love
do
to have you
this.
back. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see this.
I'm gonna
new
start doing the repeat returns in January and
room.
stuff like
I'll
that.
come check it out. I
it's-
always enjoyed it.
No, I enjoy producing it. I want to put more energy into it. I want to make it a little bit more like, I just want to add a few more distinctive elements to it.
Such as?
You
don't know.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
secrets.
I like. So I had this one idea that I don't think flew hard enough, and maybe I'll see what you think of it. At the Peel Pub,
Yeah.
I wanted to do a thing called the relay roast. So basically, like a relay race, you pass the baton to the next guy, and so on and so on. This was like, you go up, you do your spot, and as you bring up the next guy, you roast him, and then he comes up, he roasts you, does his material, and then roasts the next
roasts-
guy,
oh.
and you do that
Shotgun
mic basically. But
mic,
it was called a
but with a
relay.
little twist.
It was called a relay roast.
Relay roast. Great idea.
I want to do more like themed show ideas like that, just to kind of make it interesting for comics
course.
too,
And also
and to
it's-
drive more writing
and
essentially.
it will, if you have regulars,
Yeah.
I don't know if you already have people. Like,
Miguel McKenna is my only true regular.
Not comedian, but audience members.
Oh, we got a couple people who come here and there.
So
yeah.
these people, that when they'll see, they're like, oh, like I'm a big fan of this. Like I had last week, I asked my regulars, like, who are your favorite comedians?
Oh yeah.
And
and you brought them all on.
I brought them
That's
up,
right.
and I was like, the room was packed because they came to see their favorite comedian.
Yeah.
It was a very fun show. I was able to pay all the comedians, which is not happening tonight, but only sold 2 tickets.
I'm leaving.
Yeah. Please don't.
No,
please come do your 7 minutes.
I'm doing it. I left early the last couple of times. Like I did my sets too short.
Yeah.
When I see the light, I always immediately jump to like, oh, I'm done. Like instead of doing that minute.
Okay, then you can ask when you want the light.
Yeah.
Like I give you the light at 6. If you want, I'll give you the light at 7.
Oh, and then I kind of wrap it up no matter what.
Because you can ask when you want.
But you also use like your screen instead of the flash.
Yeah, I use a screen. Yeah, it's a red light.
I find I'm blind though, so that's.
Would you like to use a flash?
Yeah, I'd like.
You can request these.
I didn't know.
As a performer,
my writer.
And your writer.
I want to light that. Oh, Miguel McKenna, speak of the devil.
All right, let's.
Yeah, thanks for having me again.
Thank you so much for coming.
Hell yeah,
you're a very interesting man. You
Thank
have to come again.
Thank you. We thanks. Yeah, I love coming and doing these.
Thank you, sir. All right, guys. January 2026, Wednesdays at 9 p.m.
November to tomorrow, the 26th.
This is coming out in December. So
come January 2026, every Wednesday, 9 to 11:30 p.m. Hey, if you want to do the open mic, sign up. We got a great lotto.
I want to do a small spot. Message Eric. I'll have his bio and his IG in the description below.
And we go to midnight if the room sustains it. Like if there's an audience and they're drinking, we'll keep the open mic draws going.
It's a very fun show. I highly support going to the show. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And Eric, everybody, follow him.
See you guys.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Tell your friends. And that's it. Come see me on the road. Then come check out my Tuesday show.
Hell yeah.
And I love you guys. I love you, Gabe. I love you, Eugene. Bye, guys. Bye.